Hi, this is CG Mary Matthew. Welcome to this screencast. Today we will explore SQL analytical functions, specifically the OR clause, to compute multiple metrics dynamically while retaining individual row details. Here we will calculate the largest turnover, the smallest turnover, the average turnover, and also the total turnover for the branches doubling. We'll also see how OR clause makes these calculations possible without grouping the data. So here we have a data table branch, and our data set consists of two tables, pharmacy and his child branch. So in branch we are considering branch ID, pharmacy ID, annual turnover, and town. Branch ID is to uniquely identify each branch. It is the primary key here. And pharmacy ID is to group branches under a pharmacy. It is the foreign key here. And annual turnover for the branches performance. And town we are using it's for a filtering criteria to reduce the number of rows and make it more readable to the user. We need some filtering criteria while using the analytical function, so we'll be able to understand the query better here. So we will use this to demonstrate how the OR clause dynamically applies calculation across rows. So the OR clause is a core component of analytical functions in SQL. It allows us to compute aggregate values like sum, max, or average for specific windows of rows without collapsing the data into groups. This means we can retain the details of each branch while adding aggregate metrics dynamically to every row. So now let's go through this query. What is happening here? So here first we have this select statement, and with that we have this aggregate functions which is happening here. So in select statement clause we are selecting three attributes like branch ID, pharmacy ID, and annual turnover. And we are adding these aggregate metrics computed using this OR clause. So we are considering annual turnover and we are using OR clause in that. So here max annual turnover, that OR clause calculates the largest turnover among all rows dynamically. Each row displays the same largest value without collapsing the data. And for min annual turnover over similarly computes the smallest turnover across all rows, and average annual turnover over computes the average turnover across all rows, and we use round to format the result to 2 decimal places. And sum annual turnover over calculates the total turnover of all branches dynamically. And unlike a group by clause which aggregates rows into groups, the OR clause keeps each row intact while applying the aggregate calculations. So let's execute this. Okay. So we can see we will get the branch ID, the pharmacy ID, annual turnover. The top annual turnover column dynamically displays the largest turnover across all branches. And the worst annual turnover column shows the smallest turnover. The average annual turnover column displays the average turnover across all rows, and total annual turnover column shows the overall turnover for all branches. We can notice how the OR clause allows this calculation to span across all rows, providing insight while retaining the individual branch details. So the OR clause is a very versatile tool that enables dynamic calculation like minimum, maximum, average, and total values across rows. Unlike group by, it doesn't allow collapse row, making it ideal for reports that record both detailed and aggregate insight. And this is widely used in business intelligence, financial reporting, and trend analysis. And thank you. I hope this helps to understand how to use the overclose effectively in SQL queries. Thank you.